shit would go wrong all the time. Oh, the actor you hired is no longer available. So-and-so missed their train. We thought this place accepted cash. They don't accept cash. This thing is happening. That thing is happening. And what I realized, and what you get ingrained in you in production, is like, just leave it. Whatever is falling apart, let it fall apart. It's going to be better. Welcome to Honest Feedback, the podcast where deep truth meets bold transformation. We've created this podcast for spirit-led individuals just like you.
Seekers of truth, personal growth, and meaningful connection. Whether you're navigating life's big questions, craving more joy and fulfillment, or simply looking for honest, relatable conversations, you're in the right place.
Through personal stories, actionable advice, and transformative insights, our ultimate goal is to empower you to create a life that's overflowing with pleasure, purpose, and authenticity.
We know you're capable of incredible things, so let's make it happen together.
Welcome back to another episode of Honest Feedback. We are so grateful to be here with you today, talking about WTF. Anybody been in a WTF situation with life where you're just like, the fuck? What was that? Universe, what was that?
Yeah, 6 through 26. It was a what the fuck epoch.
COVID.
Oh my God, COVID. Yeah,
like
COVID.
what? My rape? What?
Yeah, I know.
Ugh.
Certain presidencies. Like, what? Yeah,
You're
I know.
just like, what is this? We're doing the work. I'm meditating. I'm doing the things.
Yeah, I've prayed, like what the
What's
fuck?
not?
Yeah.
You're not holding up your end of the bargain.
Yeah. I did everything perfectly.
Obviously.
I have not made one mistake.
Not one.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, it can be a really challenging experience. Like, we jest, and we have both fucking been in it.
Yeah.
And like up against our shit. And you're just like, literally, like, I feel sideswiped by the universe. Like, oh, yeah, well, we'll get into it. I'll tell my story. But like, a story I was just like, but I've been in it, and you're just like, universe, what is going on?
And it's like, sit a little longer in it.
And you're like, what? No.
But I'm pruning. Yeah, I know. I know that feeling. Been there. And before we get into the question, let's get a word from our sponsor.
Us.
Yeah.
King Experiences is sponsoring this episode, and you are invited to the Goddess Experience, January 26th through 30th. We are gathering in Puerto Vallarta in luxury. This is a decadent experience for the woman who is ready to claim her throne. Remember who the fuck she is and own it. We are going to spoil you from head to toe with high-class luxury, incredible high-vibration food, the mastery stylings of Lisette doing release work, me doing embodiment work, incredible people like y'all. This is a fucking vibe. I feel so honored that we get to serve in this place, and I know the best because I'm fancy like that, and I only like
she
the best.
She loves the best.
I love the best. This right here, this is the fucking best. I was literally just talking to a friend who went on a retreat, and she was just like, I didn't learn anything. I didn't grow. There was all these things that were just not in alignment. I was like, girl, come on through.
Yeah, I know.
And she was like, say less. I'm there. Are you ready?
Yeah, seriously, this retreat is going to be absolutely incredible. But we've got to help this woman today. We've got this epic writer. And of course, as always, we're going to have the trained actress, Brittney, to add a little, you want to add a little flavor up in there?
I will add flavor.
Okay.
Hi, ladies. Can you talk about what happens when you think you're on the right track, like you've been doing the work, aligned, making progress, and then bam, something wild happens? Like, that feels like a total setback.
Yeah.
It's like the universe just comes in with a plot twist you did not see coming.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out, is this a failure or is it actually a blessing in disguise? Is it a reset or a redirection? Right now, I'm in that uncomfortable middle space, rethinking a lot, sitting with uncertainty, and doing my best to trust that something better is coming, but I can't see anything yet. I would love if you could speak into this and how to navigate those what the fuck just happened moments without spiraling. Thank you. WTF.
Yeah.
All right, WTF. I feel you. I see you. I hope you loved my soulful rendition.
Yeah.
Of you.
Absolutely. I think, first of all, what's wrong with spinning out? Just allow it. Just spin, like, set a timer.
Yeah.
Maybe 5, maybe 10 years. No, just kidding. 5,
Oh, God.
maybe 5-10 minutes. And
I like
just
to do one song.
that's a song.
Okay.
5 minutes. It's a good song. Okay.
10 minutes is like a Jimi Hendrix song.
Yeah, I know. But like, depending on the catastrophe,
That's true.
you know,
Sometimes you need 10.
sometimes you need 10. So I'm like, what level of what the fuck happened
That's true.
to this person?
Yeah.
So I'm saying 5-10 minutes, and you let yourself spin.
Yeah.
You spin like a little top, and you just go crazy, and you go wild up in there, and put it on paper, drop it, sell it. Let the paper have every single one of your fears, and lay it down, and sit in it, because the worst case scenario in your mind is never going to happen. So just get it out, and you're like, well, can't be that, and then light that shit on fire. Let yourself spin. So I think step 1, accept it. Like, that's part of that acceptance of, like, just let yourself spin, because that's the first natural reaction.
So first, you spin out. That's okay. That's okay. What if nothing's wrong? And then 2, you stop it. Stop it.
Stop spinning.
Stop spinning. And you decide to trust the universe. You decide to trust the universe. You make a decision of, you make a decision that I'm going to trust that everything is happening for us. You just maybe heard my dogs starting to drink water. We paused for the other dog to drink water. And then as soon as I started talking, a different dog started drinking water. And you know what I'm going to do? I am going to trust that the universe goes, hey, I'm lining things up for you. I'm giving it to you.
Absolutely. And one of the things that, like, thank you for saying trust the universe. But even if I can step it back, even before that, is like, okay, stop spinning out. Yes, definitely. But slow down, pause, and assess. Like, is this in my control? And can I do anything about it? If so, what can you do about it? And if it is a true, in the essence of a what the fuck moment, and you can't do anything about it, just stop, reflect, and go, what is the learning in this for me? What is the highest wisdom in this for me? And then I think that goes into
Trust the universe.
Yeah.
Did I skip to the end?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I start there with trust the universe because that's where I've been. But I had this experience working in production, and I produced my own web series. You can find it on YouTube. It's called Not Fucking Around Crew. I think it's all one word.
It's very funny.
Yes, without a G. Not fucking around.
Not fucking around. No G.
No G, because I'm hardcore. Crew. And it was, I mean, like, at the time, I had kept wanting to go out for acting roles. I kept getting cast as a prostitute. I was like, I want a role with clothes and lines. I went to conservatory in London, don't you know? I know Shakespeare, you know?
Can we just pause for a second? What? You kept getting cast as a prostitute? Specifically?
Specifically. I'm on Masters of Sex, Mad Men, some guy's student film.
All of them, prostitute.
All of them.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, that we need to have a movie night about prostitute.
I guess
prostitute Brit.
They're all short seats, but anywho,
still,
I was like, okay, I'm gonna make my own thing, and I was my own. This was the entire production team. This was the producer. This was the thing. I found people to volunteer and help me and all this shit. And blessings to all these people who helped me pull this thing together. But shit would go wrong all the time. Oh, the actor you hired is no longer available. So-and-so missed their train. We thought this place accepted cash. They don't accept cash. This thing is happening. That thing is happening. And what I realized, and what you get ingrained in you in production, is like, just leave it. Whatever is falling apart, let it. let it fall apart. It's going to be better. And then when I worked at BuzzFeed, that was very indoctrinated. It was just like, stop trying to fix the thing that's not working. Just let it not work and decide whatever it is going to be better. And we're going to find a better solution than what the original thing that we thought was we needed to do or was going to work was going to be the thing. And so what if this is your life school opportunity? Mine was in production where it was just like day after day. Hey, this plan you thought you were doing, we're building this set. Nope, it's not working that way anymore. We got to do something different. And every time it would end up better than what we thought. Every time it would end up better than what we originally had planned or expected. My web series included. So that was my life initiation in that beginning to start to trust the universe and trust that everything is working out better than I thought it was going to work out.
Yeah. Church. Testify. I will share, I've had many, as you know, but I have a series of car accidents. And a series of car accidents that kept happening. They weren't happening to me. They were happening through me. And what kept happening is that I wasn't getting the fucking message. Like I was living in this trance and I was living in this way that was not working for me. I was working at a dead end job. I worked at Guitar Center and I was absolutely just drinking every night, partying like a rock star. I wasn't. I was selling instruments to them. I wasn't actually a rock star, but I thought I was entitled to the lifestyle for some reason. And I had these series of car accidents, one of them when I was bartending, and the biggest one that happened was at it was toward the end of my career at Guitar Center, and I was driving home from a show, and I made a left-hand turn, and this car T-boned me. And it, like, the way my car smashed and crumbled, like, a second sooner or a second later, I would not be here today.
No!
Like, legit.
My
It's great.
Shayla.
Legit. And the thing was, that was the one that turned on the lights. That was my what the fuck moment that turned things on. And I was like, wait a second, I think I should do something about this life. And I remember laying in bed and just like the true essence of what the fuck. And like, wow, I think I might be here for something bigger.
Yes.
You know, I was carless, broke, like all the things, but I just didn't even care about that. There was this deep moment of surrender. And in that moment of letting it all go and just being like, this is not the life for me, I embarked on a new life. And I embarked on waking up and turning on the lights and seeing that I had a choice. As I was laying there and I wanted to understand what it was, I just realized that there was no answer. There was no answer except the path I was going in was not it. And that was the ultimate, this ain't it. And as I discovered personal development and I discovered like, oh, your mind creates your reality, I realized that if my mind creates my reality, what reality do I want to live in? And I started living in this reality that like I always upgrade.
Yes.
Write
that down.
And I always upgrade happened time and time again. I would literally lose my job. Like I was working with my brother and he had to lay me off. And on that day, he's like, hey, let me take you to a beer. Gotta fire you. And I was like, okay. And I drank my beer and it's in those moments that I started to just be like, my life is shifting. I'm jumping timelines. I'm upgrading. I just can't see it in this moment.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And it's one thing the Kings know, it is fucking reality creation.
Yes.
So, and we will get scared because we're like, oh my God, everything that I know is crumbling. Maybe shit is blowing up at work or in your family life or in your relationship. And you're like, oh my God, the walls are literally disappearing. They're going away. What does this mean? What is this happening? And this must mean danger, or I'm unsafe. And I'm just like, what if it's everything going right? And this is the way that everything goes right. You know, sometimes the universe needs to send a tornado to grab your ass and drop you on that golden brick road. You know, like sometimes like that energy of just like the shifting winds is a powerful force. And so it's like, can you trust that you are in that powerful force? And so just like a real life practical thing, you're like, how can I survive the what the fuck moments without the spinning out? Like blessings, Lisette, of like honoring like, yo, if you're gonna fucking crash out, like just let it happen in a container, in a time container, in a physical container. Like
with support.
Let's not be destructive. Let's make it a container and then make a conscious choice of like, okay, I'm moving on. But I have noticed, I have noticed for ourselves that we have had experiences where there's less crash out. And I think it's because we've been doing nervous system regulation. And so we go, I guess this is happening for me, you know? And it like your brother with the beer, it's like, oh, well, I mean, I guess I'm getting something new that's better. And we stop freaking out about what we're quote unquote losing. We're like, oh, I guess I'm getting upgrades. Yeah. Love an upgrade. Upgrade like first class. Upgrade like you comped your dinner. Upgrade
like a new career. Upgrade like a new partner.
Yes.
You know, like I've sat through many heartbreaks and breakups that I thought were going to fucking end me. You know, like homeless, laid on my girl Lynn's bed with her 3 cats for a while, and just thought it was the end. Yeah. And it was always for me, but I'd be bawling my eyes up. I always upgrade. I don't know what it is. And I did, y'all.
And we do. And we choose that reality where we do. So it's an invitation to trust that this is happening for you and asking yourself, what's the lesson for me to learn? What's the knowledge for me to get from this experience that is going to support me? Because sometimes we just don't even know where that wisdom is going to come in. But when we're on the other side, we're like, oh, thank God, you know, wow, this was better. Oh my God, I left that relationship that was terrible where that person was mediocre and possibly hitting me or abusive and all these other things. And now I'm happy in a different relationship. Okay, well, wherever I was going with that point, I hope you got it. We had a technical difficulty, but I'm going to trust that the point was made and that everyone who needed something from that story got something from that story. But there's an opportunity that we each get to build this resiliency and this muscle of trusting that everything is going to be okay. And like, have you ever hung out with old people? They are very much they're very much just like, oh, it's fine. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, oh, we were watching the show Paradise. I don't want to give too much away. Oh man, I'll take it back. Okay. Well, we were watching something and in it seems like the world is ending. And this older character is unfazed by it. And he was like, well, I've seen all sorts of things happen. And they always say it's the end of the world. And I'm still here, you know? And so there's this resiliency of like, I'm still here. You're still here. The world still will be here. And like, can we believe in that and trust in that and being like, okay, so everything is happening for me. This is going to be better for me. Yes. And trust and believe of like, okay. And so maybe this is your opportunity where you're just starting to get those reps of learning it, and then it gets ingrained and embodied in your body. The reason we can share stories of our own experiences of car crashes or rapes or, you know, investing with people and all these different experiences where we're just like, oh, we've lived life and we just know, like when you leap off a cliff, you get wings. I just know it. Yeah. It happens every time. And I've lived through it many, many times. And I've watched clients go through it many, many times. And I've walked people through it many, many times. And sometimes it's your first fucking time at the edge of that cliff. Yeah. And you're just like, are you guys sure? And we're like, yes.
Yeah, you're going to get there, and part of the turmoil builds your character, and not saying I'm just gonna build your character. It's like literally every single one of those events when we were going through them felt terrible, and I'm not denying that. I'm not denying the what the fuckness of it all. It's the when you get out the other side, there are innumerable lessons, and there's innumerable like this resiliency that you can't buy. You can't read it in a book.
Yeah, I had an experience where my grandfather passed and he left me and my sisters his house. His son was the executor of the estate, and too long didn't read. My uncle was not wanting to give us the money that was our inheritance. And so I had to be with that. And I was like, well, what is happening? Like I had my fucking crash out. I was like, oh, scared. And then I was just like, what was being asked of me was to stand up for myself and advocate for myself and advocate for my little girl. The little girl who had been molested by that grandfather, the little girl who had held her mouth and not said anything for years and years and years, trying to keep the peace and people please and all these things. And I was just like, no, there's no more fucking taking. No more taking. And so I rose to the opportunity to resolve that. And it turned out to be through the legal system. That was how I chose to resolve it. But who I became through that experience where I thought, WTF is going on? I have to take a family member to court? Like, what's going to happen? Am I not going to be able to talk to my grandma? Like, all of this over money? Like, is it worth it? All of that shit was me becoming my own champion. And the way that I am a champion for myself is the way that I can fucking show up for my clients. It's the way I show up for the women on retreat. It's the way I show up for my wife. It's the way I show up in my life because I got access to those codes through that what the fuck moment.
Yeah. Oh. Preach. Yeah. Those moments that, the moments that we've been through, you know, being molested, whatever it is, I love that you mention your clients. It's what I feel with mine. It's like, you can't tell me a fucked up story. I've heard a lot of fucked up stories, you know, and every single one of those people got to the other side. And I know that healing is possible. I know you will win. And sometimes it helps to just have someone reflect that to you as well. Like you don't have to go through this alone. But sometimes you got to spoon feed people what to tell you. You're like, hey, I'm going to tell you this. And for like 5 minutes, I'm going to need you to just validate my experience.
Yep.
And then after that, I'm going to remind, I do this to Brittney all the time. Okay, now tell me how it's all going to work out.
Yes.
Because you need that too.
And it always does. News flash. It's going to work out.
It is.
It's going to work out. And sometimes we don't know how it's going to work out. Yeah. Great. That is one fucking less thing to do. Yeah. You don't have to figure out how it's going to work out. Yeah. Just start believing it's going to work out. We have a mantra. Life always works out for the kings. And it always gets better for the kings. And time again, our life works out and things get better. I believe that. I teach that to my clients. And they have a resiliency of, oh, shit is going to work out.
Yeah.
It is going to work out. So can you allow yourself to lean in? Can you allow yourself to trust? Can you allow yourself to, how did you put it? Breathe, assess?
Yeah. Slow down, pause, assess.
Yeah. Slow down, pause, and assess. Because a lot of times when we're spinning out, we're trying to control something that we can't control.
Yeah.
And usually the what the fuck is happening because we're like, we know we can't control it. It's bigger than our realm of control, which is why we're in the what the fuck. This is bigger than my realm of control. And so it's like, how can I surrender to something bigger, to something greater, to something being better than I could have ever imagined?
And remember who the fuck you are. You're divine. Like we crown straightening sessions.
Yes.
That's what we call them now.
Yes.
You know, sometimes you just need to fucking straighten your crown, remember who the fuck you are, and remember that you're going to get through this because you always have. You have survived 100% of the days you've lived.
Yes.
So let's go.
And like on a practical level, like what she talked about, giving yourself a container, nervous system regulation, we can put some resources for that, and then get support. way to ask us for support, like kudos on you, but get support. Is there a mentor in your life? Do you have a coach in your life? Who is someone who is outside of the problem who can help you see through it? Our clients come to us with their experiences because they know we can see outside of the problem. And I'm like, I understand what you're going through. I have been there, but I'm on the outside now. And like, breathe, wait, pause. Just stay there, go this way, do that thing. But like getting support and helping you move or even remember who you are or surrender or just holding your hand and letting you know, yeah, babe, it's going to be okay. That makes a difference.
It really does. Mm-hmm. It really does. And hopefully we're those voices for you right now.
Yeah.
You reached out to us. We're here to tell you you're going to fucking make it through. You're going to make it through, and make sure that you learn the lesson.
Yes.
Because the lessons get louder if you don't learn them.
Yes.
The car accidents got worse and worse.
The assaults got worse and worse, louder and louder. So when we get the lesson, the universe can stop screaming at us. And let me just throw this in there. There are some things that you don't know until you know them. Mm-hmm. And I had this experience when my mom passed, and like, we didn't really know. And, bless her, she didn't know who to ask, and she was a very private woman. So it was just like, we found a will executor guy. I don't even know how we found this person, but he was shady as fuck. And like, it was all these things that came out after she died that was like, oh, did you do this? Did you do this? Did you do this? And I was like, I didn't know any of this.
Yeah.
She didn't know any of this. Also, elders in our community. I was like, did you guys know any of this? They said, no, we didn't know any of this. And so I was like, okay, I'm in the unknown. And there are people who are around me who were further on the path, but they also didn't know. Mm-hmm. And that's okay. What can I learn from this now that I can support myself in the future? Mm-hmm. And so myself and my wife, we have wills.
They're tight.
We have a trust. We have found care. Like we have life insurance. There are things that I didn't know until I did know them, and I was able to get the wisdom. So it's, sometimes things are happening on repeat. Look at that. Yeah. Sometimes something happening for the first time, and it might be something that's for you further on your path, and you just don't know what it is yet. Mm-hmm. And so it is preparing you for something further down the line. And I had that experience with my mom. Like, I feel way more prepared. It has prepared me for being a business owner. It has prepared me to show up for my family in a certain way.
Yeah.
And I took that opportunity to get the lesson and go, okay. And just know that that's something that happens sometimes.
Yeah. Losing parents is a what the fuck moment.
Yes.
I remember losing my dad. There was nothing left for us, and one of the things that it taught me as with the whole family scraped together to pay for the funeral is just like, I don't want to leave that legacy. I don't want to leave my next generation without anything. Mm-hmm. And bless him, he did the best he could with the resources he had. But it's like, you would not have known that, and I wouldn't have known that until we were like, oh shit, this is what this looks like. Mm-hmm. And in those moments, they feel very, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. But they're there for you. And what if everything's happening for you? Cannot repeat that enough.
Everything is happening for you. Everything's happening for you. So something I sometimes sit in is just like, well, universe, show me how this is for me. Show me all the evidence of how this is getting better. Show me how it's like, show me. So like, make it abundantly clear.
Yeah.
And you will understand.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's such a good topic.
Yes.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it. And whatever you're going through, you're getting on the other side.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If you have a question for us, you can give us a call or give us a DM, 971-895-4111. We are going to be on hiatus for the next few weeks. We are going to Huna on the Big Island
Hawaii.
To both be students, and Lisette is going to be a teacher on the island. She also teaches in Portland, so stay tuned for more offerings of that.
Yeah. But February.
February.
I'm really excited about that. And when we get back, we'll be back with such fresh episodes. If you miss us, there's like a ton of episodes right below. Just go ahead and click those. And
until we meet again, be honest with each other.
Yeah.